What's up, everybody? My name is Simon Hill. Thanks for clicking this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. If this is your first time watching my content, I'll introduce myself. I'm a Black American who's been traveling and living abroad in different countries and places for the past few years, and every now and then I hop on YouTube and give my opinion about what it's like to be black in those countries. Right now, I'm back in the beautiful country of my wife, Turkey. I just came back from Kenya about a week ago. I've been sick for the past few days, so I've been recovering, chilling, getting my mind right. But I just wanted to hop back on this video to talk about Blaxit in general, about traveling to Africa, right? When I look back on my life, there has been no place, actually, I've spent more time, more money, and more effort traveling to than Africa. I spent years in Tunisia. The past few months, I spent months in Mauritius, months in Tanzania, months in Kenya, and I wanted to spend even more time and months traveling around Africa, but I had to come back to Turkey, get some things right, and hopefully I will have a chance to return, going to hit up South Africa, Namibia, the west coast of the continent, all that stuff. So there has been no place in my life that I've actually literally spent more time in my life outside of America than Africa. And I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to do that, and that I've been able to find the money, find the time, find the resources to be able to do it. I feel like sometimes I'm chosen and I'm blessed, and I never take that for granted, and I never want to get pompous about it and feel like, you know, it's nothing to be able to go back to the continent when so many Black Americans have never had the opportunity to go there, right? I just want to talk about how the trip to Africa that I took this time really changed me, right? And every time I go to Africa, I always tell my wife, I get fucked up. I really get fucked up. Like this time on this trip to Africa, I got into fights, I got mad, I got depressed, I was sad about what I saw, I was happy about certain things that I saw, I was in awe of the beauty, I was in disgust with the poverty, I was in love with the freeness of it all, but I was also depressed about the mentality of the people there and how they view whiteness and themselves in Africa and the world around them and how they interact with foreigners and that sort of thing. There were so many feelings that I felt on this trip to Africa, but it really changed me. Changed me a lot in positive and negative ways. Before going to Africa on this trip, I was in a hurry to be back, or to be in a space where I didn't feel like I was judged by the color of my skin, like I am in America, like I am in Serbia, like I am in Tunisia, like I am in Turkey, before I have the chance to show who I am as a person, right? And when I made it to Africa, it was a relief to be able to be in that environment. But it also made me realize that white supremacy, as it exists in the world today, infects the minds and hearts of Black people the worst, the absolute worst. So even though I was in a space where I was not judged, the white supremacist ideas that infect the mind of all people were really in the minds and hearts of Black men and women that I met across the continent. The way they interacted with white people, the way that they talked about themselves, the way they talked about Africa, the way they treated each other and other Black Africans really killed something in me when it came to the Pan-Africanist ideal that I had. The idea that there is a place where we can go, be safe, and also the things that infect the mind of Black people won't be as prevalent. For all the stupid people in my comments who come in the comments and say, you know, if I was a white person and I went to Africa, they would be racist against me there, it's absolutely not true. I've never wanted to be more wrong. I hated how right I was about how Black people in Africa interact when they see white people and that sort of thing. Some of you might say that doesn't bother me, but the only people who would say that shouldn't bother me are people who have never been Black. The only people who say that are people who have never had to walk into a store and been followed around, go into a job interview and try to hide your picture on a CV, been turned down by the women that you wanted to love because of the color of your skin and all that. You've never had to go through that. You've never had to walk into a store and see darkening soap being sold. But I saw that in Africa, bro. I saw that in Africa, man. And it made me appreciate, you know, being able to be in different spaces and places. And it made me appreciate, you know, growing up the way that I did, knowing how to deal with the white supremacist ideas and people that will exist in the world. And, you know, I used to want to live and move in Africa and find a way to make it there. But after seeing how the people are in Tanzania and in Kenya, it doesn't seem like a possibility, man. Until the white supremacist ideas that exist in the hearts and minds of Africans are killed, and hopefully I can have something to do with that, are killed. I can never be around that. Like I said in my last video about my review of Kenya, I can be around racist white people, but I cannot be around coons at all. I know how to fight the devil. I don't know how to fight the person that looks like me, that's still speaking like the devil and thinking like the devil. We can never do that. We can never do that. Oh man, so I'm not saying this video to try to bash Africa, but I'm making this video to show once again that traveling to Africa should be about finding freedom and opportunity and purpose for us. It's something that I encourage all of my people to do. I'm not saying that I've seen all of it and that I know exactly what Africa is like, but I've seen enough. If I found white supremacy in about 4 of the countries of the 5 that of all the countries that I've visited, right? Tunisia, Mauritius, Tanzania, Kenya, in Africa, right? The 4 that I've been to right now. And I find white supremacy in all of them. It's pretty hard to assume that they're not in the 54 other ones that exist there, right? Or the 50 other ones, because I think there's 54 countries in Africa, right? So I'm just going to leave with that, man. I encourage all of us to get our passports, travel, not travel the world to try to bang a bunch of chicks in Thailand or, show our wealth on Instagram and all that stuff, but to find freedom and purpose. And traveling to Africa really helped me get my mind right and see, what I was missing as far as like how big of a deal this white supremacist ideology that exists in the world infects our people. And you won't know it. The people who are going to attack me in the comments and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, have never been to Africa, have never left their continent. They won't even show their face on the internet. They have no idea what they're talking about. You can see all my videos. Go check out my videos with my wife on my other channel, Backpack Bandits. Go check out my previous videos. I've literally stepped foot, walked in the slums in Africa, all through Arusha, all through Dar es Salaam, all through Mombasa, all through Bamburi. Man, come with me, walk with me. I've been there, I've seen it. Until you go to Africa, until you're a black person in that space, and until you're outside and you see these people yell Jumbo, Jumbo to white people, you will not know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's okay. It's not for everybody to get. But for the people that do get it, you know what's up. You know what's up. And yeah. This has been another episode of my Blaxit series. Thank you for watching. I hope this makes sense. I hope I'm not rambling. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I'm about to hit 1,000. My channel will probably not get monetized because YouTube hates content like this. But I do this for the love and for the heart and just for fun, honestly. So, peace.